Hafaday, my fellow Guamanians. There's been a lot of talk about compromise recently. And I've been accused of not wanting to compromise on a budget passed by the legislature, led by Speaker Juan Pat, Senator Pangilinan, and Senator Respicio. They've criticized me for not meeting them halfway on a bond that will pay some of the overdue tax refunds. And they're right. I'm not going to compromise your money that this government stole from you for decades. I'm not going to compromise and pass an irresponsible budget. I will not compromise on the illegal and immoral practice that this government has made you suffer through. Make no mistake, this is not about politics. This is about your money, your hard-earned tax refunds that the government of Guam is blatantly withholding from you. It's irresponsible and it's wrong, and it's been happening for far too long. To my colleagues in the legislature, the compromise you seek is not with me, nor my fiscal team, nor my administration. The compromise you seek is with someone like Lillian Muña Brown, a mother of 6 with cancer. She struggles every day to balance raising her family with expensive medical treatments while worrying about future increases to power costs. If you want to negotiate a compromise, then sit down at the table with Jim Cruz, who was unable to bid a final farewell to his grandmother. He didn't get his tax refund because, yet again, this government enacted an irresponsible budget that gave him false hope and an empty promise. Senators, the compromise you are looking for affects real people who have real problems and need real solutions. Our people have suffered the consequences of this troubled government for far too long. Year after year, irresponsible financial management and bad decisions have robbed our hardworking people of money that rightfully belongs to them. I refuse to continue leading our government down this road. And I cannot, in good conscience, support any compromise that will keep money from the people that it rightfully belongs to. I also refuse to compromise on a bond that prioritizes one taxpayer's needs over another. You know, it shouldn't matter if you're owed a tax refund from 2004 or 2007, or even if you expect a refund in 2012. This is your money, and there is no compromise. I have presented a solid plan to restore fiscal responsibility to our people and our government. Financial, village, and business leaders from the Public Auditor, the Mayor's Council of Guam, the Guam Chamber of Commerce, the Chinese Chamber of Commerce, and the Guam Medical Society support my plan to secure bonds to pay your tax refunds, and they believe our plan to pay down our debt will work. The timing is right, and now is the time for Guam's leadership to stop compromising at the expense of the people. For 20 years, this government has failed to pay tax refunds on time. Thousands of you are owed thousands of dollars on taxes that you paid this government years ago. You were responsible and you met your obligations on time. It's time for this government to follow the example set by the good people that it's supposed to serve. Today, we will close the ORDOT dump, decades after it should have been shut down. But like tax refunds, this problem just got bigger than we could handle. People were evacuated from the danger of garbage fires because of calls to compromise. A river once rich with fish in history was polluted year after year because of compromises being worked on. And in the end, a federal judge told us no more. She forced his government to do what it should have done decades ago. We cannot ignore the suffering of our people anymore, and I will not waste time with compromises, especially when a court is ready to force our hand. We should learn from the giant mountain of trash at ORDOT. That's what happens when we ignore the needs of our people, just so that we can compromise with a few.